Welcome to the Wise Take DFS podcast. I am your host, CK013. You can find me on Twitter at CK_013. And I am joined once again by one of Wise Take's finest DFS analysts, Mr. CashinDFS. You can find him on Twitter at CashinDFS. Cash, it is Sunday night. We are discussing games for Monday, September 17th, 2018, which means we had you were a busy man. You had NASCAR going on. You had some NASCAR to track. You had some NFL to track. I know that Sundays you don't play MLB anyway. So, How was your day?
NASCAR was bad, but I made more than half my money back when my two highest owned drivers was out early, got negative. So I wasn't too mad about that. I'm cool with that. What I was mad about was football. I changed my cash lineup. My original cash lineup was a 150, and the cash lineup I went with on Sunday was very bad. Very bad.
Yeah. Oh.
I liked Kamara over Gurley, which was a mistake. It's just, my original cash lineup got lucky with Matt Ryan running for 2 touchdowns, but still had Matt Ryan in it, and he got a 31.
Yeah.
And everything else was better. Like I faded Kamara, I faded Connor. I had Coleman and what's his face, the running back in for the Panthers. I always forget his name.
McCaffrey.
Yeah.
No, I hear you, man. Like, for me, it was really quarterback. Like, there were so many quarterbacks that had good games. And Holmes was, like, around 30% on your cash games. So he was, like...
He's a baller.
Yeah, he's a baller. And I did not have him. So that was kind of simple. I did have Gurley. I had Coleman. I had all the right, chalk plays. Except I went Semien, which over Mahomes, which was just a disaster. Semien was god-awful today.
I had Garoppolo.
Yeah, well, you might have picked him a week early. We'll talk about that in the NFL show. But you might have picked him a week early. I think they're playing Kansas City next week. Should be interesting.
It's just a good thing that I play about the same amount of money on Thursday through Monday, because I think the biggest edge is there as I do on Sunday. So, that's what saved me.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lose all my money. I almost got it all back.
Yeah. You said you left your original cash team in that one. And, it smashed.
Yeah,
you
Thursday
had,
contest,
Falcons, you had the Falcons thing going on. And,
Julio just... I want this offensive coordinator to go away so bad. He just destroys my team.
Yeah. They seem to have this weird thing with Julio in the red zone, right?
Man, this guy, like you said, that's what he's working on all offseason. How to get Julio to, I don't know, man. I just can't stand him. I don't think he's no NFL offensive coordinator.
Yeah. No, I hear you. Moving on. Time to discuss some baseball. Those people out there want to hear some baseball on the podcast.
Did you watch the Sunday Night Football game?
Yes, I did. And that's why if you look at my eyes are bloodshot red. It's because I am so tired from watching that boring-ass game. Oh my gosh, it was terrible. It was a terrible game. It was never exciting.
That offensive line for the Giants, boy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They're just missing basic blitzes and just watching guys go by. The offensive lineman is double teaming somebody and he's just looking. There you go.
They were able to during that game. I don't know if you saw it, but they showed they made a whole highlight reel of Eric Flowers getting beat on blocks. It was like a whole rally. It was I'm watching it as it goes on, and I'm like, holy shit! These are the same exact uniforms. This is the same game that they're showing me all this shit. It was like a whole collage of him getting beat by different hand moves. It was just it was crazy.
It was not good.
It was crazy. Yes. See, it's like you see Ezekiel Elliott when he was a rookie, and that's what happens when a rookie that's talented gets on a team with a good offensive line. And then when you see Saquon Barkley doing everything he can, but not having the block.
He had a big game because he had 15 catches because the offensive line is so terrible.
Yes. But like if Saquon Barkley came into a situation like Zeke with the offensive line, I think we see a more explosive start. I mean, he's doing well. He's a beast. This is not his fault. You know, he came into a situation where he doesn't really have much of an offensive line. You know?
He's better than Zeke before he ever put on an NFL uniform. The kid is that special. I love him.
He is. Saquon is special. He's special. All right. Be right back to baseball, baby. Because I got to make up some money, for sure. I got DraftKings pulled up. We're going to talk about some of these guys here. All right? We're going to talk about this whole top tier. So from 9K and above on DraftKings. This is a 12-game slate. Headlined by Patrick Corbin at 11-9 at home against the Chicago Cubs. Cubs haven't been as good against lefties lately, but they do have Chris Bryant back, who's a big contributor in that. We got Michael Fulty at home. He's been pitching great, but it's the Cardinals, one of the hotter teams in the NL. And then we got Zach Wheeler, Wheels, the number 2 Mets pitcher right now. He's definitely he's surpassed Syndergaard in terms of what he's done. At 10-5. Number one. There you go. Number 1. Well, he gets the run support. He's got the.
If you only looked at win losses, he's definitely number 1.
Yeah, absolutely. He's 10-5 going into Philly. Philly's a team that can strike out a lot, but they have been kind of hot. We got Musgrove at 9-2 hosting Kansas City, who I'm sure you have some things to say about that. Ryu at home hosting the Rockies. That is our top tier. We'll break it off there. Any of these things stand out to you? Any of these guys you want to pitch, you want to pick on?
I don't know. A Wheeler, yes. I do like Wheeler, but he's in a bad park against a pretty hot team, like you said. I mean, I don't want to pick on the Cardinals right now, so Fulty is probably out of it for me. Musgrove, I think there's weather there, but I love Musgrove's talent, but what I just seen with Kansas City against righties recently, I don't know if I want to go there. Ryu might be my favorite, but didn't he just get lit up in Cincinnati? I mean, he gave up 2 home runs. He just never has the pitch count you're looking for, but it's Colorado on the road. He's 9K. Wheeler's my favorite.
Yeah, man, me too. When I was going through it before the show, I took a peek while I was setting up, and I was just trying to build the lineup. When you're looking at it, you're like, oh yeah, it's pretty deep. But then when you're actually when it comes down to you picking one, who you're actually going to put in your lineup, Wheeler seems to be the one that I'm most comfortable with. Also, what's your take on the Musgrove Kansas City situation? I know you noticed that so some of the hotter teams out there, it was kind of interesting, like Kansas City, right? You mentioned that.
Yeah, I started looking at it a little bit. Against righties over the last 6 weeks, they have the highest WRC plus in baseball.
Yeah.
Including the highest ISO in baseball. So they are striking out over 22%, but I mean it's pretty much park neutral. Going over there to Pittsburgh. It's just Musgrove is 9-2. I do love Musgrove. I love his pitch. I love his pitch mix. But I mean, do I want to play 9-2 for him against a team that's playing well? Probably not. I mean, I would rather go to Wheeler that I feel pretty safe he can get me the strikeouts. I mean, of course he might get beat up, but I just watched Fetty come in here and strike out 9 or 10 of these dudes, and Wheeler is a much better pitcher than Fetty.
Yeah. Fetty, wow. No, I'm with you, man. Again,
I mean, but I don't mind Corbin, though. Corbin would be my second favorite.
Yeah.
Just to play all the way up against Cubs that can strike out. When the Cubs are bad, they're going to strike out.
Yeah.
When they're not, they're going to beat them up. But Corbin is so good to me.
Yeah, and Corbin has been really good at home. His park in general has been really good for pitchers. Just complete opposite of what we saw last year. But yeah,
and it will definitely be closed because it's over 100 degrees.
Yes, on the daily. So the only issue with Corbin is like you getting past Wheeler. Really, it's like you see Wheeler against the Phillies. It's not as good of a park, but it's a park that you could argue is good because it's typically good for strikeouts. We do see a lot of strikeouts, even though the park isn't actually all that big. And he's just been so good. So it's like hard to get by him at 10-5. It's like, yeah, like you're saving like what, $1,400 to come down from Corbin.
Mm-hmm.
So like that's the only conflict with Corbin is like, do I get past Wheeler? That's the conflict. Let's move it on down. Let's check out this mid tier. We've got Miles Mikolas against the Braves. Sounds unexciting. Brad Keller is 8-1 against Pittsburgh. Holy shit. John Gray's only 8K. He's playing the Dodgers in Los Angeles, but he has been kind of bad. We got Glass now in Texas and Arlington, 7-9. Jake Arrieta at home against the New York Mets on the other side of that Wheeler game. We got Kyle Hendricks at 7. 7. That's your birthday, Cash. You might have to take a second look at that one playing Arizona.
7-7?
Yes.
Who's 7-7?
Kyle Hendricks, man. I know it's not your kind of dude, but I'm saying. We got Wade LeBlanc, 7-4. Zimmerman at home, Minnesota. Wade Miley, 7-2. Valdez, 7K. So a lot of options, but nothing that like stands out to me immediately. What about you? Any of this stuff stand out to you?
I mean, I would say Glass now, but it is in Texas and it's 90 degrees. I mean, I don't necessarily want to pay 7-9. I'm not going to pay 7.9 for him in Texas. Yeah. I don't play pitchers in Texas unless they're elite. No. The only thing, like Hendricks, like Arizona could raise his K numbers, which, I mean, his K numbers have been okay, but I'm scared that they just don't let him go deep enough for me. My favorite is probably all the way down there at the bottom. Valdez. He was bad his last start, but he was good all the rest of his other starts. He played Seattle his first start ever. He only went 4 innings, and he almost put up a 20 against them. Seattle's been struggling, but they do get a park upgrade, but I don't really like any option right here.
I'm with you, man. There's really nothing I see in this tier. I mean...
I got to look at Gray. Like, is his velocity back or what? But he's been really bad.
He's been bad, man. Like he's been bad to a point where like I kind of maybe want to take some Dodgers against him in tournaments. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because like he's bad, but he's not like he's not bad enough that on a 12-game slate people are going to want to attack him. They just won't play him if they think he's bad. And so like that you know makes me think like maybe some leverage opportunity, but then again. Maybe not. Glass now at 7-9. If this was in Tampa, sure, but not here. I'm with you there. There's nothing in this tier I like. Okay, Hendricks. The problem with Hendricks, really, for me, is like his pitch counts, man. His last 2 games, my man's thrown 74 and 77 pitches. Man, he likes 7s. He loves 7s.
4, 5. Man, John Gray has given up at least 1 home run in 9 straight games.
Yeah, man.
And
he gave up 2 in Coors, right? Against these guys?
Yeah. No, he gave up 1. He's given up 2, 3 of his last 4, but he gave up 1 to the Dodgers and Coors. But 4 of those 9 games were at home, so 5 of them was on the road. Like, he's just giving up home runs galore.
Yeah, he's giving it up. That's what I'm saying.
His last 4 games, he's given up 7 home runs in his last 4 games.
Yeah, man, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's something... You know, for GPPs, maybe some loan, action there. Because, like, I like taking contrarian plays where I get to play, like, good players. Like, it's nice. You know what I mean? Instead of having to stack, like, the White Sox or one of those horrible teams, like, that always feels dirty. And when it works, you're not complaining. But when it doesn't work, it feels dirty. But when you get a chance to get a better offense at lower ownership, it just feels a little more comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. Other than that,
I mean, Wade Miley, maybe, but he's at home.
Yeah.
But Cincinnati is just not scary at all to me right now.
No, definitely not.
He doesn't have this K upside though, but he could go get a 20. Like he just pretty much dominated this team recently.
Yeah. It's possible, but definitely a shitty park. Well, this next tier, like this cheaper tier, it's like, I don't want to say it's loaded, but there are actually some options down here that you can consider. We'll start things off with Andrew Suarez at San Diego at 6'4". Trevor Richards at home, he's only 6'2" against Washington. Brian Mitchell is 5'9", but he's against the Giants. He is against the Giants. Anthony DeSclafani, 5'8". His price has come down. He has shown us some pretty decent upside, but he's in Milwaukee. We got Ryan Baruchi of the Toronto Blue Jays going into Baltimore, a team that has been awful against lefties with this new squad. He's only 5'7", but there are 11-mile-an-hour winds projected to blow out to left field. We've got this Sampson dude from Texas. You know, he looked okay in his last couple starts. Eric Fetty, who you mentioned, was on a strikeout spree against the Phillies in his last start. He's going up against Miami in Miami. Cashner, I believe, is unfortunately not going to pitch. He's hurt, so I'm sorry, Cash, but I'm not going to be able to pitch.
Yeah, that sucks. That's depressing.
Yeah, I know. I hate to be the one to tell you to it. You know,
like I've been getting my money back recently from this guy. I've stacked against him like almost every single start of the entire season, and I'm starting to get my money back. Please come back, Cashner.
I know. I felt bad when I read the note. And then we got Gabriel Moya, lefty, going up against Detroit, but he's probably only going to throw around like 38 pitches, like 40 pitches tops. What do you think about this tier? Like, considering there wasn't a lot we liked in the mid tier, like, wouldn't you rather just pay up for one of them guys like Wheeler or Corbin and just come down here and just take a chance on one of these dudes?
Oh, definitely.
Right.
The guy is definitely not Brian Mitchell because I don't care. I think he is absolute pile of trash.
Yeah, it's amazing that he's
sucks.
5'9". That's how bad the Giants are. They made him 5'9".
Exactly. I don't even care that it's the Giants. That's a big hell no. And I don't pitch Suarez because I think he sucks. I'd much rather stack the Padres against him. I really think he sucks as well. My two favorite are definitely Fetty and Baruchi.
Yeah. Like
Fetty, he will there is a chance he gets hit hard, but this Miami squad, I'm just not scared of these guys. They got these young guys up, they're striking out more. They have just no power against righties at home. The only bat I'm really worried about is Real Muto, but I mean that's pretty much ever since they got rid of Bohr, that's all you really worry about. And so I really like that. I love the park for him. Baruchi too. Baltimore is striking out at almost a 26% clip over the last 6 weeks. I mean, it is in Baltimore. I don't know what the temperature is here.
It's going to be 76 degrees, 90% humidity, and 11-mile-an-hour winds
Wind
blowing out to left field.
I mean, he's another decent option too. Like, if I have the stones to pitch against the Boston Red Sox in Boston, you can bet your bottom dollar I got the balls to pull out and play him against the Baltimore Orioles in Baltimore. You better believe it. He did just get rocked by these guys, though. I will say that.
Yeah. It's about the balls, man.
I mean, this guy, he's in my opinion, he doesn't suck like the other guys I mentioned. I think he's an average pitcher.
Yeah.
And an average pitcher at this price against Baltimore, I can roll with that.
Yeah. What about Fetty, though?
Definitely.
Yeah.
I like both of them.
Yeah.
I mean, Fetty's a better park. You got K upside too.
So,
but I would be more scared of Miami's offense than I would this one.
Right. It's like weird flip flop situations. So Miami, you're not worried about the weather. They have a roof. It's a big park, great pitching park. But it is Fetty, and Fetty's all or nothing. Either he's going to strike you out and shut you down, or he's going to get rocked.
Yeah, he's going to get hit hard.
That's his MO. So you got Baruchi, who's somewhere in the middle. He's not a strikeout guy, but he also doesn't get blown up that often. At least not against bad teams. But he's got a horrible park. So a great matchup, just a horrible park. So it's if you had to pick one right now, who's the one you're rolling with in a tournament? In a GPP specifically.
It's tough. I think I will say Fetty.
Yeah.
But I would probably go with whichever one I think is going to be less owned.
Right. Well,
but I think people think Fetty sucks, even though he did have a good game.
Well, yeah, people were waiting on him to be good for a while, and it never happened. And I think now everybody just thinks he sucks because he was supposed to be pretty good.
Yeah, and when he came back up, like I was looking, I dug into the St. Louis game, and St. Louis is really hot. His pitches look really good. He looked really good to me, so that's why I liked him against the next game, and I'm gonna like him again.
Yeah. So then, hypothetically, I'm not even saying that these guys are necessarily cash plays, but if it was a cash game and you had to pick one, Fetty or Baruch.
I mean, if it's cash, I would have to pick Fetty because of the park.
Right. So it's seeming to me like Fetty is in a decent spot, right? Like pros, cons, right? I think that Fetty, he's cheaper also. It's just so scary with that guy. He's got such blow-up potential, man. But I agree.
Yeah, no doubt. But the park helps him. The team helps him.
Yeah.
There's just no power over here.
Yeah. No, I agree. Any of these particular pitchers that, looking at some bats getting juicy, like Tampa Bay's a better home team, but they are getting to play in Arlington, which is an awesome park for hitting. Like any of these situations, kind of, you mentioned a little bit about the Padres. Maybe that could be a leverage situation because I do think Suarez will be popular, right? Like 6'4" Suarez against the Padres, right? Like, I would think that he's going to be popular.
I definitely could take the Padres.
Yeah.
And I could definitely take the Rays as well.
Yeah.
I don't think this guy's very good. He did pitch pretty well against the Angels, which I don't think he's that good.
Yeah.
My favorite would be the Padres because nobody's going to play them.
Yeah.
People will play the Rays in Texas.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, I probably will.
So that's definitely... But I could play San Francisco today. I just think this guy is terrible.
No, Brian Mitchell is awful, but I don't think I could play San Francisco for the rest of the year.
I would probably, I don't think I would stack them, but maybe I'll try to one-off something there.
I don't think I could.
But I definitely like the Padres.
I don't think that I would play the Giants on a showdown slate right now. Like, I would just pick all one team, and if it wouldn't let me, I would say, well, I'm not playing then.
Yeah, I'm going to take a picture against them every game for the rest of the year. But
not this one.
Not when it's Brian Mitchell.
Not this one.
Yeah, no,
I agree.
Not that guy.
I agree with that. So,
but I love Mahia, however the hell you say his name. Love that guy. I think he had a grand slam today. Love him leading off.
The Padres catcher, yeah.
Yeah, he's good. I like Myers. I love Renfroe against a lefty, especially one I think sucks balls. And I love Reyes.
Yo, this is like...
I could skip Hosmer.
I don't know why, but everything is just like... Everything's like lining up for you, man. It's like I'm seeing every player you like. I'm seeing sevens everywhere. Talked about a player that's 7'7". Check this out. Francisco Mejia is number 27, right? That's his jersey number. And then his salary... Can you guess his salary? 3.7. There you go.
3.7. I'm looking at it.
It's right there. It's all coming together, man. His fantasy points per game on DraftKings is showing up as 7.3. It's all coming together, man.
He's going to get 17 tomorrow.
There you go.
Or more.
There you go. Exactly. I like it, man. I do. They'll be low owned. I think Suarez will garner some ownership just because it's the Padres, and people like to take pitchers against the Padres. He's 6'4". At one point, people weren't afraid to play him. It's still a good ballpark, so I think people will go there.
I mean, and he hasn't been terrible, but
he hasn't
been very good as last two. Yeah. I mean, I just don't think he's very good. So
no, I agree with you.
I like to. Anytime I could get a Giants pitcher, like I don't think really any of them are really good.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, like Bumgarner's falling off. This guy is just trash. Anytime I get him outside of San Francisco, I just want to stack against him, and sometimes they bite me in my ass because I don't know how they do it, but they do.
Yeah. No, it's true. Yeah, I'm with it, man. Yeah, I think that's who we're rolling with as far as pitchers. Anyway, that's gonna do it, man, for the pitcher breakdown. At this point, gotta remind everybody to go check us out at wisetake.com if you haven't already. Come join the nation. We're not just a DFS content provider. We are also a premium DFS community. So come join the nation, see what it's all about. Get yourself a day pass for baseball, $2.50. It'll get you access. You can also get yourself access if you just buy like an All Sport Weekly or something like that. You can get access to our NFL. We're going to try to have an article together for tomorrow's 2-game Monday, Thursday slate, and maybe some notes for the Showtime slate. We're going to do all that stuff. So you might as well just get an All Sport access. And while you're at that, you may as well get the All Sport Monthly because you get a monthly plan of hire and you get access to the Slack. And the Slack is really the core of the community. That's really where everybody kind of gets together, talks about it. Our analysts, our members all mingle up and, do the damn thing. So go check us out over there. In the meantime, Cash, I'm going to pull up the old DraftKings screen here and we'll do some top threes. Who are your top three pitchers tomorrow?
I can't believe Keller is 8-1.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty sick. I think that Pittsburgh's been striking out more. I think that's a decent, very low-owned play. I don't think nobody's going to play that at that price. But my favorite pitchers are Wheeler, Fetty, and Baruki.
Wheeler, Fetty, and Baruki. I like it. You go Wheeler, Fetty, it leaves you at 42.75. So you're good there if you go with, obviously, rookies.
Yeah, and then I could stack my Padres and then just load fit up. In whatever bat I want.
Exactly. I like that. Yeah, definitely Wheeler, probably my favorite overall option. Fetty, for me, second. And then I think I want to go Baruki. I do. But I kind of want to say Patrick Corbin in case I go up from Wheeler. So I'm just curious. What does it look like if we go Corbin? Like, I wonder if Corbin Fetty would still work out. 41, that's not bad. You can make that work.
Yeah.
Especially with the Padres, right?
I got a question for you.
What's that?
Yeah, Padres are cheap. I got a question. Do you think Trevor Richards can dominate the Nationals in Miami?
I think he can, but I don't know if he's been in the best form lately.
They've been playing better. No, he hasn't been.
Right? Yeah. So I think he did before, right? Didn't he?
Yeah, he has.
I don't think that's the same guy. Like, something's off with him. So he has not looked good. His K's have been down. He's been getting hit, which is something that he has.
I mean, they're probably figuring him out because if I remember correctly, he's just a two-pitch dude.
Yeah, changeup. He's got a nasty changeup. That's it. That's what he does. So I personally, I think some people will go there because of his price and like people who look at the game logs might see that he did well against them. 26 in this ballpark at 6.5, but I actually think the Nationals are going to hit him. Personally,
Nationals been pretty good recently.
Yeah. Top three stacks. With that said,
Padres.
Yeah.
Tampa Bay Rays, because if they get to that guy, then they got a great bullpen.
Yeah.
And I will say Milwaukee Brewers at home against Desclafani. I don't know how Yelich doesn't hit a home run.
Man, I really want to say the Brewers, but they screwed me so bad the other day. I mean, I think like Yelich he hit a home run, and I thought it was going to be a great day. That was I was like, this is beautiful. Like I'm gonna have a phenomenal day today. Had some pitchers who balled out, and they ruined me. But yeah, I mean, you gotta like them against Desclafani. He seems to be coming back to reality. I think he pitched well against the Brewers once, but he was on like this like hot streak sort of, and I think that's done. So I like Milwaukee. Definitely have to say the Rays. And Glasnow, I want to dig in. I just want to see how the Rangers do against people who throw hard. Like if they can hit the heat, I don't mind attacking Glasnow in this particular situation, right?
Pretty sure you'll like Gallo.
Yeah, I think I will. And then I'll go with the Nationals as my third, So Rays, Milwaukee, and Nationals, Just mentioning about Richards, and that was kind of in the back of my mind. Although, if Cashner was pitching, I think both of us would be saying Toronto, right? If Cashner was in there.
No doubt. Yeah. They would be number one.
Yeah, and that wind is something to consider. So we got to see who they throw out there, because it might still be Toronto.
It definitely could be.
All right, Don Watch, man. Who's going deep?
Yelich guy. I just don't know how he doesn't hit one off it. He's super expensive too. I
Christian
like it.
Yelich. I like it. He has been freaking hot AF. I will go with let's go with some Bryce Harper. How about that?
G-Man the God.
Oh, G-Man the God. Choi son. 4-6. All right. I will go with I'm going to take somebody from the Brewers and go with Travis Shaw in this one.
Hunter Renfroe.
Hunter.
Or Reyes. Or Mejia. Or one of those. All three of them. They're going to go young.
Which one?
All three of them. But I'll say Renfroe.
I love the stack right there. Renfroe 4-6, not a bad price. And then I will go with for third player. Let's go with some Max Muncy off of John Gray. How about that? That's some action. You know, I just plugged it all. I plugged in all those guys.
Have you been watching Puig lately?
Yeah, Puig's a poop. Yeah.
Like I think he had one of the hardest hit balls in all of baseball. Like a couple days ago.
Yeah, he's
on his triple dong day.
He's booling, as Cam would say. He's booling.
He is 5'3". I don't think I've never seen Yasiel Puig at 5'3", but he's another dude like Justin Upton.
Oh yeah.
When Yasiel Puig gets hot, man, you just ride that train, man.
And is it safe to say the Upton hot streak? We're in the midst of it now, right? He's dogging on the daily.
I think so.
He's dogging on the daily. So next time he's on, we're gonna have to keep an eye on Upton, up dog. Of course, by that time, the end hot streak will end, and we'll be bitter towards him again. But maybe we can catch a couple more games. He seems hot. And that is going to do it for the Wise Take DFS podcast. If you're watching on YouTube, please click that thumbs up, that like button, subscribe to the channel. If you're watching on Facebook, give us a like and a share to support the Wise Take Nation. If you're watching us on Twitch or Twitter, give us a follow, give us a retweet. And if you're listening to us on Podbean or iTunes, give us some 5-star reviews. All these things really help us out, allow us to keep doing what we do, bringing you that DFS dirty daily. So all we ask is a little bit of support. Show us some love, whatever platform it is you watch or listen. Cash, my man, what you got in closing, bro?
Well, I can't wait for week 3. And Ryan Fitzpatrick is my dude.
Yeah.
Seen his outfit? Yo. Dude is a pimp, man. Love that guy. He's balling too for my team. Just keep Jameis Winston gone. Just fuck you, Jameis Winston. You suck, man. Oh. He got happy feet in the pocket, man. Ryan Fitzpatrick is moving the squad, man.
Yo, it is.
Keep the pimp in there.
It was awesome to see him in that outfit. Somebody made a tweet. You might have seen it. And it was like, I think Twitter versus LinkedIn or some shit like that. And it was like, it was a picture of him, like, you know, like representing the Twitter or whatever it was. And he's dressed like a pimp, literally. And then it's him in like his Harvard College jersey. It was just hilarious. Like, yo, he looked just like Conor McGregor, don't he? Like if Conor McGregor looks just like him, man. It was so funny. I saw a lot of funny tweets about that. Yep. That was an awesome outfit. And I like Fitz, man. I always have. When he was in the Jets, he's a baller.
He had that one amazing year.
Yeah.
I could tell you one thing. He's better than Jameis Winston.
Yeah.
Jameis Winston is not a good quarterback.
No, Jameis Winston doesn't seem to be a very good person either, for what it's worth. You know, like,
hey, I don't know. He got me a ring, so I'll forever love him. Yeah. But keep him on the bench, please.
Yeah. It's a shame. Hopefully Jameis can get his shit together because a lot of people had high hopes for him. But we'll see. But Fitz, in the meantime, man, he's wheeling and dealing. Look out. Fitz is out for that contract, man. I mean, he's got to pay for them expensive-ass sunglasses and jewelry he was wearing. You know what I mean?
This ain't college, man. If you got happy feet in the pocket, you ain't never setting your feet. Yeah. You're gonna have problems in the NFL, man.
No, absolutely.
And he just can't. He never sets his feet.
Yeah. No, this is true. All right, for CashinDFS, for myself, the entire Wise Take Nation, as always, good luck.